Shabbat Shalom, everybody. My name's Daniel. I'm the Vegan Nazarite. Today's Torah reading is going to be Pinhas, which is going to be Numbers 25:10 to 30, verse 1. And I hope everybody had a good week on this new start of the year. Not the biblical year, but the Roman year, which we use in North America. So welcome to the Torah reading, and let's get right to it. Just setting up my views here. Shalom in the text. Something's weird in my views. Sometimes it tells me I've had up to three chats, but I go back in the chat and there's nothing there. So I don't know if it's something on my end or not. I just want to add that if I did miss your chat, I apologize. It's not because I'm ignoring you. It's because either YouTube suppresses these chats for some reason, or I didn't see it. I do reduce my view a bit so I can read. I use the laptop as a kind of like as a teleprompter, and I have the chat view very small. So sometimes concentrating on reading the Torah and I miss a chat. And if I did, I apologize. I'm not doing it on purpose, and I'm certainly not doing it to ignore you. But I'm just new to these streaming things, and I'm not ignoring you on purpose. So there we go. Close this. Maximize that. So today's Torah reading, like I said before, is Pinhas, and we start at 25:10. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Pinhas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, hath turned my wrath away from the children of Israel, and that he was very jealous for my sake among them, so that I consumed not the children of Israel in my jealousy. Wherefore say, behold, I give unto him my covenant of peace, and it shall be unto him and to his seed after him the covenant of an everlasting priesthood, because he was jealous for his God and made atonement for the children of Israel. Now the name of the man of Israel that was slain, who was slain with the Midianitish woman, was Zimri, the son of Salu, prince of a father's house among the Simeonites. And the name of the Midianish woman that was slain was Cosbi, the daughter of Zur. He was head of the people of a father's house in Midian. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, Harass the Midianites and smite them, for they harass you by their wives, wherewith they have beguiled you in the matter of Peor, and the matter of Cosbi, the daughter of the prince of Midian, their sister, who was slain on the day of the plague in the matter of Peor. And it came to pass, chapter 26, after the plague, that the Lord spoke unto Moses and to Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, saying, Take the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel from 20 years old and upwards by their fathers' houses, all that are able to go forth to war in Israel. And Moses and Eleazar the priest spoke to them in the plains of Moab by the Jordan in Jericho, saying, Take the sum of the people from 20 years old and upward, as the Lord commanded Moses and the children of Israel, that came forth out of the land of Egypt. Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, the sons of Reuben, of Hanok, the family of the Hanokites, Palu, the family of the Palutites; Hezron, the family of the Hezronites; Carmi, the family of the Carmites. These are the families of the Reubenites, and they were that numbered of them were 43,730. And the sons of Palu, Eliab, and the sons of Eliab, Nemuel, and Dathan, and Abiram. These are the Dathan and Abiram, the elect of the congregation, who strove against Moses and against Aaron in the company of Korath, where they strove against the Lord. And the earth opened up her mouth and swallowed them up together with Korath. When that company died, just trying to set my what time the fire devoured 250 men, and they became a sign. Notwithstanding, the sons of Korath died not. The sons of Simeon, after their families: Nemuel, the family of the Nemuelites; of Jamin, the family of the Jaminites; of Jachin, the family of the Jachinites; and Zerah, the family of the Zerahites; and Shaul, of the family of the Shaulites. These are the families of the Simeonites, 20 and 2,200. And the sons of Gad, after their families: of Zephon, the family of the Zephonites; of Haggai, of the family of the Haggites; of Shuni, of the family of the Shuanites; of Ozni, of the family of the Ozanites; of Eri, of the family of the Arites; of Arod, of the family of the Arodites; of Areli, of the family of the Arelites. These are the families of the sons of Gad, according to those that were numbered of them, 40,500. The sons of Judah: and Onan. And Onan died in the land of Canaan. And the sons of Judah, after their families, were Shelah, the family of the Shelonites; Perez, the family of the Perizzites; of Zerah, the family of the Zerahites. And the sons of Perez was of Hezron, the family of the Hezronites; of Hamul, of the family of the Hamulites. These are the families of Judah, according to those were numbered of them, 16,500. The sons of Issachar, after their families: of Tola, the family of the Tolites; of Puva, of the family of the Punites; of Jashub, of the family of the Jahubites; of Shimron, the family of the Shimronites. These are the families of Issachar, according to those that were numbered of them, 4,300. The sons of Zebulun, after their families: of Sered, of the family of the Seredites; of Elon, the family of the Elionites; of Jehiel, the family of the Jehilites. These are the families of the Zebulunites, according to those that were numbered of them, 3,500. The sons of Joseph, after their families: Manasseh and Ephraim. The sons of Manasseh: of Machir, the family of the Machanites; and Machir begot Gilead, of Gilead, the family of the Gileadites. These are the sons of Gilead: of Jezer, of Izer, the family of the Izerites; of Helek, the family of the Helekites; and of Asriel, the family of the Asrielites; and of the Shechem, the family of the Shemites; and of Shemida, the family of the Shemidites; and of Hepher, the family of the Hepherites; and Zehophahad, the son of Hepher, had no sons, but daughters. And the names of the daughters of Zehophahad were Mahlah, and Noah, and Hoglah, Milcah, and Tisra. These are the families of Manasseh, and they that were numbered of them were 50 and 2,700. These are the sons of Ephraim, after their families: of Thahula, the family of the Shehuthalites; of Becher, the family of the Becherites; of Tahan, the family of the Tahanites. And these are the sons of Shuthalah; of Edan, the family of the Adonites. These are the families of the sons of Ephraim, according to all that were numbered of them, 32,500. These are the sons of Joseph, after their families. The sons of Benjamin, after their families: of Bela, of the family of the Beelites; of Ashbel, the family of the Ashbelites; of Ahiram, family of the Ahiramites; of Shaphuhapham, the family of the Shaphuhamites; of Hupham, the family of the Huphamites. And the son of Bela were Ard, and Naamam; of Ard, the family of the Ardites; of Naam, the family of the Naamites. These are the sons of Benjamin, after their families, and they that were numbered of them were 45,600. These are the sons of Dan, after their families: Shehuham, the family of the Shehuhamites. These are the families of Dan, after their families. All of the families of the Shehuhamites, according to those that were numbered of them, were 64,400. The sons of Asher, after their families: of Imnah, the family of the Imnites; of Ishvi, the family of the Ishvites; of Beriah, of the family of the Berites; of the sons of Beriah; of Huber, the family of the Herberites; of Malachil, the family of the Malachilites. And the name of the daughter of Asher was Sarah. These are the families of the sons of Asher, according to those that were numbered of them, 53,400. The sons of Naphtali, after their families: of Jehazel, of the family of the Jehazelites; of Guni, the family of the Gunites; of Jezer, the family of the Jezerites; of Shillem, of the family of the Shillemites. These are the families of Naphtali, according to their families, and they were numbered of them were 45,400. These are they that were numbered of the children of Israel, 600,000 and 1,730. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, Unto the land shall be divided for an inheritance according to the number of names. To the more thou shalt give the more inheritance, and to the fewer thou shalt give the less inheritance. To each according to those that were numbers of it, its inheritance shall be given. Notwithstanding, the land shall be divided by lots, according to the names of the tribes of their fathers. They shall inherit. According to the lot shall they inherit, be divided between the more and the fewer. And these are they that were numbered of the Levites after their families: of Gershon, the family of the Gershonites; of Kohath, of the family of the Kohanites; of Merari, the family of the Merarites. These are the families of Levi: the family of the Libanites, the family of the Hebronites, the family of the Mahalites, the family of the Mushites, the family of the Korahites. And Kohath begot Amram, and the name Amram of Amram's wife was Jochebed, the daughter of Levi, who was born to Levi in Egypt. And she bore unto Amram Aaron and Moses, and Miriam their sister. And unto Aaron were born Nadab and Abihu, Eleazar and Ithamar. And Nadab and Abihu died when they offered strange fire before the Lord. And they that were numbered of them were 23,000, every male from a month old and upward, for they were not numbered among the children of Israel, because there was no inheritance given to them among the children of Israel. These are they that were numbered by Moses and Eleazar the priest, who numbered the children of Israel in the plains of Moab by the Jordan at Jericho. But among these was not a man of them that were numbered by Moses and Aaron the priest. But among them, these was not a man of them that were numbered by Moses and Aaron the priest, who numbered the children of Israel in the wilderness of Sinai. For the Lord had said to them, they shall surely die in the wilderness, and there was not left a man of them, save Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, and Joshua, the son of Nun. Chapter 27. Then they drew near the daughters of Zelophehad, the son of Hepher, the son of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, the families of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, and these are the names of his daughters: Mahlah, Noah, and Hoglah, and Milcah, and Tisra. And they stood before Moses and before Eleazar the priest, and before the princes of all the congregation at the door of the tent of meeting, saying, our father died in the wilderness, and he was not among the company of them that gathered themselves together against the Lord in the company of Korah. But he died in his own sin, and he had no sons. Why should the name of our father be done away with from among his family, because he had no son? Give us a possession among the brethren, our father. And Moses brought their cause before the Lord. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, the daughters of Zelophehad speak right. Thou shalt surely give them a portion of an inheritance among their father's brethren, and thou shalt cause the inheritance of their father to pass on to them. And thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if a man die and have no son, then you shall cause an inheritance to pass on to his daughter. And if he had no daughter, then you shall give his inheritance unto his brethren. And you have no brethren, then he shall give his inheritance unto his father's brethren. And if his father have no brethren, then you shall give his inheritance unto the kinsman that is next to him of his family, and he shall possess it. And it shall be unto the children of Israel a statute of judgment, as the Lord commanded Moses. I just want to highlight this. And the Lord said unto Moses, get thee up unto this mountain of Abarim, and behold the land which I have given unto the children of Israel. And if when thou had seen it, thou also shalt be gathered unto thy people, as Aaron thy brother was gathered, because you rebelled against my commandment in the wilderness of Zin, in the strife of the congregation, to sanctify me at the waters before their eyes. These are the waters of Meribath Kadesh in the wilderness of Zin. And Moses spoke unto the Lord, saying, let the Lord, the God of the spirits of all flesh, set a man over the congregation, who may go out before them, and who may come before them, who may lead them out, and who may bring them in, that the congregation of the Lord be not as sheep which have no shepherd. And the Lord said unto Moses, take thee Joshua, the son of Nun, a man in whom is spirit, and lay thy hand upon him, and set him before Eleazar the priest, and before all the congregation, and give him a charge in their sight. And thou shalt put of thy honor upon him, and all the congregation of the children of Israel may hearken. And he shall stand before Eleazar the priest, who shall inquire for him by the judgment of Urim before the Lord. At his word shall they go out, and at his word they shall come in, both he and all the children of Israel, with him even all the congregation. And Moses did as the Lord commanded him, and he took Joshua, set him before Eleazar the priest, and before all the congregation. And he laid his hands upon him, as the Lord spoke by the hand of Moses. Chapter 28. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel, and say unto them, My food which is presented on me for offerings made by fire, of a sweet savor unto me, shall ye observe to offer to me in its due seasons. And thou shalt say unto them, This is the offering made by fire, which you shall bring into the Lord. He lambs of the first year without blemish, 2 day by day for a continual burnt offering. The one lamb shalt thou offer in the morning. The one lamb thou shalt offer in the morning, and the other lamb shalt thou offer at dusk. And a 10th part of an ephah of fine flour for a meal offering, mingled with the 4th part of a hin of beaten oil. It is a continual burnt offering which was offered in Mount Sinai for a sweet savor, an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And the drink offering thereof shall be the 4th part of a hin for the one lamb. In the holy place thou shalt pour out a drink offering of strong drink unto the Lord. And the other lamb thou shalt present at dusk, as the meal offering of the morning, and as a drink offering thereof thou shalt present it, an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Lord. And on a Sabbath day, 2 he lambs of the first year without blemish, and 2/10 parts of an ephah of fine flour for a meal offering, mingled with oil, and the drink offering thereof. This is the burnt offering of every Sabbath, besides the continual burnt offering and the drink offering thereof. And in your new moons you shall present a burnt offering unto the Lord, 2 young bullocks, and 1 ram, 7 he lambs of the first year without blemish, and 3/10 parts of an ephah of fine flour for a meal offering, mingled with oil for each bullock, and 2/10 parts of fine flour for a meal offering, mingled with the oil for the 1 ram, and a several tenth part of fine flour mingled with oil for a meal offering unto every lamb, for every burnt offering of a sweet savor, an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And their drink offerings shall be half a hin of wine for a bullock, and the 3rd part of a hin of the ram, and the 4th part of a hin for a lamb. This is the burnt offering of every new moon throughout the months of the year. And 1 he goat for a sin offering unto the Lord. It shall be offered beside the continual burnt offering and the drink offering thereof. And in the 1st month, on the 14th day of the month, it is the Lord's Passover. And on the 15th day of this month shall be a feast. 7 days shall unleavened bread be eaten. And in the 1st day shall be a holy convocation. You shall do no matter of servile work, but you shall present an offering made by fire, a burnt offering unto the Lord, 2 young bullocks, and 1 ram, and 7 he lambs of the first year. They shall be unto you without blemish. And their meal offering, fine flour mingled with oil, 3/10 parts shall you offer for a bullock, and 2/10 parts for a ram. A several 10th part shall thou offer for every lamb of the 7 lambs, and 1 he goat for a sin offering to make atonement for you. You shall offer these beside the burnt offering of the morning, which is for a continual burnt offering. After this manner ye shall offer daily for 7 days the food of the offering made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Lord, it shall be offered besides the continual burnt offering, and the drink offering thereof. And on the seventh day you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no matter of servile work. Also, on the day of the first fruits, uh, when you bring a new meal offering unto the Lord in your feast of weeks, you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no matter of servile work, but you shall present a burnt offering for its sweet savor unto the Lord. 2 young bullocks, 1 ram, 7 he lambs of the first year, and their meal offering, fine flour mingled with oil, 3/10 parts for each bullock, 2/10 parts for the 1 ram, a several tenth part for every lamb of the 7 lambs, 1 he goat to make atonement for you, besides the continual burnt offering and meal offering thereof. You shall offer them; they shall be unto you without blemish, and their drink offerings. Chapter 29. And in the 7th month, on the first day of the month, you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no matter of servile work. It is a day of blowing of the horn unto you. And you shall prepare a burnt offering for a sweet savor unto the Lord, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 7 he lambs of the first year without blemish, and their meal offerings, fine flour mingled with oil, 3/10 parts of the bullock, 2/10 parts for the ram, and 1/10 part for every lamb of the 7 lambs, and 1 he goat for a sin offering to make atonement for you, besides the burnt offering of the new moon and the meal offering thereof, and the continual burnt offering and the meal offering thereof, and their drink offerings, according to their ordinance, for a sweet savor, an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And on the 10th day of the 7th month, you shall have a holy convocation. You shall afflict your souls. You shall do no matter of work, but you shall present a burnt offering unto the Lord for a sweet savor, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 7 he lambs of the first year. They shall be unto you without blemish. And their meal offering, fine flour mingled with oil, 3/10 parts for the bullock, 2/10 parts for the 1 ram, a several tenth part for every lamb of the 7 lambs, 1 he goat for a sin offering, besides the sin offering of atonement and the continual burnt offering and the meal offering thereof, and their drink offerings. And on the 15th day of the 7th month, you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no matter of servile work. You shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days, and you shall present an offering, a burnt offering, an offering made by fire of a sweet savor unto the Lord, 13 young bullocks, 2 rams, 14 he lambs of the first year. They shall be without blemish, and their meal offering, fine flour mingled with oil, 3/10 parts for every bullock of the 13 bullocks, 2/10 parts for each ram of the 2 rams, and a several tenth parts of every he lamb of the 14 lambs, and 1 he goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, the meal offering thereof, and the drink offering thereof. And on the 2nd day you shall present 12 young bullocks, 2 rams, 14 he lambs of the first year without blemish, and their meal offering and their drinks offering for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs, according to their number, after the ordinance, and 1 he goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering and of the meal offering thereof, and their drink offerings. And on the 3rd day, 11 bullocks, 2 rams, 14 he lambs of the first year without blemish, and their meal offerings and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs, according to their number, after the ordinance, and 1 he goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering and the meal offering thereof, and the drink offering thereof. And on the fourth day, 10 bullocks, 2 rams, 14 he lambs out of the first year without blemish, their meal offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs, according to their number, after the ordinance, and 1 he goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, the meal offering thereof, and the drink offering thereof. And on the fifth day, 9 bullocks, 2 rams, 14 he lambs of the first year without blemish, and their meal offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, the rams, and the lambs, according to their number, after the ordinance, and 1 he goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, and the meal offering thereof, and the drink offering thereof. And on the sixth day, 8 bullocks, 2 rams, 14 he lambs of the first year without blemish, and their meal offerings, and their drink offerings, and the bullocks, for the rams and for the lambs, according to their number, after the ordinance, and 1 he goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering of the meal offering thereof, and the drink offerings thereof. And on the seventh day, 7 bullocks, 2 rams, 14 he lambs of the first year without blemish, and their meal offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs, according to their number, after the ordinance, and 1 he goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, the meal offering thereof, and the drink offering thereof. On the 8th day, you shall have a solemn assembly. You shall do no matter of servile work, but you shall present a burnt offering, an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Lord. 1 bullock, 1 ram, 7 he lambs of the first year without blemish, their meal offerings and their drink offerings for the bullock, for the ram, and for the lambs shall be according to their number after the ordinance. And 1 he goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering and the meal offering thereof, and the drink offering thereof. These you shall offer unto the Lord in your appointed seasons, besides your vows and your freewill offerings, whether they be your burnt offerings, or your meal offerings, or your drink offerings, or your peace offerings. Chapter 30. And Moses told the children of Israel according to all that the Lord commanded Moses. There we have it, folks. Torah reading for today. Just going to take a few minutes to go through some of the key verses that I consider important in this week's Torah reading. What am I? Am I a teacher of the law? You know what? I'm a student of the law. And that's all there is to that. There has to be a, how could I say this? We have to have a love for the law of Moses. Yeshua and Paul both say that we're going to be judging the 12 tribes of Israel, and Paul even says that we're going to be judging the angels. So how can we do this if we don't know the Constitution of Israel? God already gave us the law and the prophets a long time ago. And humans, for the most part, and I say humans as a whole, both men and women, have been rejecting the law pretty much ever since it was given to Moses. So if we don't have a love for the law, how can we be judges of the tribes of Israel? It doesn't make sense that a judge does not know the law that he has to judge. So, to me, God's laws, statutes, and ordinances are basically the constitution of the everlasting kingdom. How can a kingdom be everlasting? By following the law of Moses. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Don't murder. Don't hurt anyone. Don't purposely plan ill on other people, whether they're a tribesman of Israel or not. The law also tells us not to oppress the stranger that lives in the land. And these are God's statutes. If you don't agree with them, you're in the wrong religion. If you follow Yeshua or Jesus and you don't love the law of Moses, well, Jesus himself was prophesied by Moses in the law itself. We're going to come up to that a little later in Deuteronomy. But I mean, hence, if we don't love the law, we don't belong to Israel. So in Numbers, we start off by a census, so to speak, of the 12 tribes of Israel, except for the tribe of Levi, which is not numbered because they were servants of Elohim and the tabernacle, and they didn't go to war. Okay, so my first verse I want to comment on quickly is verse 26. Uh, 26:61, which is, and unto Aaron were born Nadab and Abihu, Eleazar and Ithamar. And Nadab and Abihu died when they offered strange fire before the Lord. So when we go back to the story, they were priests tending to the tabernacle, and we read here that they died because they did something different than what was commanded to Moses in taking care of the tabernacle. So they obviously put in their own thoughts into the law of Moses, and again tried to add something to the law that was not there. And what was their sentence? It was death. So keep that in mind. And when you know the Torah, and especially some of the verses against it, for it, Deuteronomy 12:32 comes to mind. Thou shalt not add or remove to it. So obviously they were trying to add to the law of Moses their own takes, and they were put to death for it. Just an example of Deuteronomy 12:32 in action. When God sees some other people trying to add or remove the law, well, they get cursed. And they can even get cursed to the point that they believe that their additions or deletions are righteous when in fact they are not. Next verse I want to talk about is verse 27, 8, which we read the law according to inheritance. And thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if a man die and have no son, then you shall cause an inheritance to pass unto his daughter. And if he have no daughter, then he shall give it as inheritance unto his brethren. And if he has no brethren, then he shall give his inheritance unto his father's brethren. And if his father have no brethren, then you shall give his inheritance unto his kinsman that is next to him of his family, and he shall possess it. And shall be unto the children of Israel a statute of judgment, as the Lord commanded Moses. So there you have it. The inheritance, especially of the land, must remain in the family of the person that passed away and didn't have a inheritance. And the order is very simple. First to the sons, then to the daughters, then to the uncles and families of his father's brothers and sisters. And then, so essentially, the inheritance must stay within the family. My next verse I want to comment on, 27, 18. And the Lord said unto Moses, take thee Joshua, the son of Nun, a man who is spirit, and lay thy hands upon him. So here we read that Moses is commanded by God to, first of all, God chooses the next leader, and he chooses Joshua. And secondly, one of the prerequisites, and I've said this once and I'm going to say it again, one of the prerequisites of God's leaders is the spirit. God's own spirit is inside the people that he appoints. Whether that spirit stays in that person or not is subject to debate. We can go to the story of Saul, where Saul was anointed and was chosen by God and anointed by Samuel. Yet, again, Saul decided to do his own thing and go against what Samuel had instructed God had told him to do, and basically saved a bunch of the booty of war, namely the choicest animals in his mind to sacrifice. So God does not want you to have your own thoughts. He makes his thoughts known by the law and by the prophets, and we are to really, how can I say that? Listen. And again, just like Deuteronomy 12:32, don't add or remove from the law. God doesn't want you to think on his behalf. He tells us how to deal with his, how to do his worship through the law and the prophets. And again, I want to stress another verse, 27, 23. So Moses does exactly what God tells him, and he laid his hands upon him and gave him a charge as the Lord spoke by the hand of Moses. So we see time and time again, Moses does pretty much what God tells him all the time, except the time in the waters of Meribah. And that's why Moses himself was forbidden to enter the promised land, because he himself did his own thing, we could say, when God commanded him something. The next ones are, I'm going to generalize. So we read at chapter 28 through 29. So we read all the commands or the prescribed feast days and the sacrifices associated with them. So, a lot of times the Christians will say, oh, Yeshua was the last sacrifice. Well, I beg to differ. Yeshua is not the last sacrifice because we clearly read in Numbers 28 and 29 that God commands us to do a whole bunch of sacrifices, animal sacrifices, according to the specific feast days. These are the appointed feast days and every feast day has its own specific sacrifices of animals to do. So Yeshua may be the final sacrifice that the high priest has to do to cleanse Israel, because that was a sacrifice that was commanded to the high priest on the Day of Atonement. There may be some truth to that because Yeshua was deemed acceptable to Father, and he may be the last sacrifice that was done as a high priest to cleanse the high priest's own sins, because even the high priest was considered a sinner uh, in the days of the temple. So maybe that sacrifice, and even then, I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, I'm a student of the law and the prophet. I'm not a doctor by any means. I just read it and interpret as with the eyes and ears that God gave me. So when Yeshua returns, there's going to be two things that are going to happen. If the temple is not already built, it's going to be rebuilt again, because there is no way to sacrifice without the tabernacle and all the accessories that belong to it, the menorah, the flesh hooks, all these things that were commanded to Moses. So if the temple is not already built, Yeshua is going to rebuild it. And secondly, the sacrificial system will restart as soon as the temple is rebuilt, because even Yeshua said that he wasn't going to change one word of the law. And if we take Yeshua's words at face value, that not one jot or tittle will be removed from the law, well, guess what? He will have to follow Numbers 28 and 29 to the letter, just like he says. I'm not going to removing a letter of the law. And if he's not removing a letter of the law, guess what? That means Numbers 27 and 28 are going to be done verbatim, exactly the way they're written, exactly like Yeshua told us that he was going to do. So that's why my personal opinion is that when you understand the Torah for what it is, and you accept that God does not change and his law does not change either, and even says that, and Paul says that, and Yeshua says that also, there's no choice. The tabernacle, at least the tabernacle, perhaps even a whole new temple, will either be taken over by Yeshua, and as soon as it's taken over by Yeshua in the earth, then Yeshua, as high priest and as king of Israel, he will have no choice but to reinstate the tabernacle and the sacrificial system. Like I said, the only exception to this rule might be the atonement for the high priest himself on the Day of Atonement. And you can go to Hebrews to read that, or you can stay in the Torah, no matter where you get your information, either from the New or the Torah itself or the prophets. One thing is for sure, the prophets never go against the law of Moses. If they do go against the law of Moses, well, guess what? They're false prophets. So that said, I want to wish everybody a good Shabbat Shalom. We are now in 41 of 52. So the biblical year is coming very fast to a close. We have about 11 Torah readings left. And I'm looking forward to the end, because as a witness of Yah, I want to make sure, and I want to testify, so to speak, that the whole Torah is important. Like Yeshua says, not one word will be missing or letter. And that's why for this past year, I've been doing Torah readings, because I want God, or Yah, to consider me a good witness on his behalf. We are not good witnesses if we say, oh, the law is abandoned, it's been fulfilled, we don't need to do that stuff. This time that we're in without the temple is because God hated the sacrifices of the hypocrites, the ones that profess to being his servants, yet basically go against the law and the prophets every time they can. So once Yeshua comes back on the earth, Yeshua is probably the greatest witness of the law and the prophets, because we testified that Yeshua was resurrected and sits at the right hand of the Most High as we speak. So to be a proper witness, you cannot go against the law of Moses. Anyways, I'm repeating the same thing every week. I know. It's because it's important. If you hate the Torah, you hate God, because the Torah is God's constitution to his people. That said, my name's Daniel, and I'm the Vegan Nazarite. I want to wish everybody a good Shabbat Shalom, and just maximizing this so I can close this. And I want to wish you a blessed week. May you be blessed in God's commands, ordinances, so that you may be graft or be known where you stand in the 12 tribes of Israel. Shalom.